Hello, Tanbi. Today we are going to discuss the infinite series, and I will give you some short introduction to this subject. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, you are already familiar with sequences, with number sequence. So, suppose you have the sequence A1, A2, A3, and so on, AN, and so on. It's infinite. And what you want to do generally is to take sum of numbers. If you have two numbers, say A1 and A2, it's easy. If you have three numbers, it's a bit more complicated, but still not a big deal. If you have four numbers, five numbers, or 100 numbers, you can still take a sum and use it, well, just as you want. But what if you have the whole sequence, the whole infinite sequence of numbers? What to do if you want to take sum of all of them? Well, we don't know, but let's just write it down somehow. Plus an plus etc. So I wrote down some formula. It's the sum of infinite number of terms. And mathematically, it makes no sense. This infinite sum is called a series or an infinite series. And let's make some sense of it. So suppose that you have a goal to collect $1,000. At the first day, somehow you are given 500. At the second day, you are given 250. At the third day, you are given 125, and so on. So you are told that each new day you will be given half of what you were given the day before. So the question is, how much can you collect in general? Can you have 1,000? Can you be close to 1,000? How close to 1,000 can you be? And the natural way to try to answer these questions is just to take a sum of all the money that you were given. Let's denote this by A1, this by A2, this by A3. So we get exactly this thing that's called series. That makes no sense. Let's make sense of parts of this sum. What you get after day one, let's denote it by N1. You get just A1. What you have after day two, let's call it S2. It's just A1 plus A2. What you have after day three, you have A1 plus A2 plus A3, and so on. So what do you have after day n? Sn. You have A1 plus A2 plus so on plus An. And if the days go by, you get more and more money. So the natural step now is just to see what will you get at some very big day, day with very big number, and very natural way to do this is just to go to the limit. So let's take limit of our estimate where n goes to infinity. What it is? It's just limit of A1 plus n, and there are two options. One option is that this limit exists. Another option is that this limit doesn't exist. And if this limit doesn't exist, you get some information. the information is that you will have a non-bounded amount of, in this example, of money. That's good. In some other examples, maybe it's not money. That's not good. But anyway, you get information that your sums are not bounded. If you don't have the limit, if you have the limit and it is some finite number, then you also have some information. In this example, it will be that you will get as close as you want to this amount of money, but you will not reach it at after any finite number of these. Let's look at our example again. What we have is S1 is 500, S2 is 500 plus 250 is 750, and so on. So S n plus 1 is Sn plus an plus 1 is Sn plus, what is an plus 1? An plus 1 is just we divide it by 2 n times. So it's 500 over 2 to the power of n. That's what we have. And let's calculate this. Again, Sn is 500 multiplied by 1 plus 1/2 plus so on plus 1 over 2 to the power of n minus 1. So this is a geometric progression. And this bracket equals 1 minus 2n. 1 minus 1 over 2n, 1 minus 1 over 2. It is 2 multiplied by 1 minus 1 over 2 to the power of n. So the whole sum is 1000, 1 minus 1 over 2 to the power of n. So, by definition, what is the sum of our series? The sum of our series, let's denote it by s, is just this limit. Let's calculate it. In our case, s is limit where n goes to infinity. Sn, its limit n goes to infinity of this, because this is Sn. No, of this, because this is Sn. 1000, 1 minus 1 over 2 to the power of n. And as 1 over 2 to the power of n goes to 0, I will just write down the answer. It's 1000. So, the answer to your question is that eventually you will get closer and closer to 1000, but will never reach it because it's only a limit and all the Sn are small. So, in general, for now, it's all information that you can get from it.
Thank you.